So this was very much a sci-fi era, and I think the sci-fi continues
Okay,
all
so
the way
it
up
was
into the
from
90s.
the 90s.
Yeah. Okay, this is a much... This era now is getting to the point where there are so many more notable shows since we've gone into like...
Well, these inspired...
All of these are bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like these are all the ones that inspired the shows that we went on to like love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, carrying on with like Captain Tsubasa being like fucking massive in so many different countries that were not English speaking at least. Saint Seiya as well.
Saint Seiya is so good.
Yeah.
It's-
which
I never watched Saint Seiya.
I'd never watched it either
what is
because
it?
it's kind of like, I would say it's as close to like Super Sentai in
Okay,
terms of like
okay.
that kind of vibe.
Got it.
Yeah. It's Super Sentai, but like, I don't know, on crack. Like, it's,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
It just gets to like absurd territories, especially later in the manga, and it's considered like a goated 80s Shonen Jump manga.
Yeah, and I know that has a massive fan base as well.
Huge.
But surprisingly, not in many English-speaking countries that I know of.
Yeah, I wonder where that like comes from. Is that purely just from like some countries had the rights?
Okay,
To air
I don't
it or
know. I
something?
don't know why English-speaking countries didn't have the rights to like Captain Tsubasa or Saint Seiya.
Yeah.
But apparently, I was talking to someone from Mexico, and he was saying, yeah, it was basically because the rights for these were so cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
see.
they got like local dubs of it, and they just like
Yeah.
would just repeatedly play it
Right,
over
right.
and over on
I,
TV.
yeah, and I also think that like I don't know when it started, but I don't think there was like a huge demand for Japanese shows, at least in
I think it was
initially.
I think it was more so just like people couldn't like. Kind of like how my dad viewed it, whereas like he didn't even think about it being
Yeah.
from Japan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like they just thought like, oh, it's just another weird cartoon from.
But there
somewhere.
was like especially in English, right? We already had a very strong domestic market for
Yes.
animation, for
Yeah.
TV shows, right? So I think it
We
took
had
a
like
little.
Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I think
all that.
I think it like took a while for them to realize, and I think I remember because I watched a really good thing about it was talking about how Power Rangers eventually came over,
Yeah.
and how that was a huge hit, but basically it was just like relatively cheap to get the license and then dub it, like, and then
Yeah.
that was a big moneymaker.
Yeah.
Well, Power Rangers
Yeah.
was directly based off of like the
Yeah, it
Super
was literally
Sentai
just a Japanese
shows.
show, right? And then
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
dubbed over it, and then filmed extra, which was really weird.
And then they,
But
yeah,
they made their own
They made their own,
universe.
Yeah,
version.
which is also really weird, and I feel like would never ever happen today. you would not be allowed to do that to a show. You would not be allowed to. Like,
No, you'd be
read-
surprised. Like nowadays, the amount of like
can't
Power
cut a show out,
Rangers
though.
clones that have come out that
Yeah, but,
look
like-
and feel exactly the same as like the OG Power Rangers.
But like, you couldn't take a show from like Japan and like butcher it and like add in scenes, and
Oh,
you wouldn't
yeah,
be able to
true.
do that. So I think
Yeah.
that's like a cool part of its time. But I imagine it was probably just a thing of like, because even then, I think when did Ghibli films started getting like released?
Overseas,
Yeah.
probably Princess
around
Mononoke.
probably around Princess Mononoke.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think
And
that's
then-
probably when it started to kick off, and obviously Pokemon.
well,
was,
where
like,
it
a
really
huge one.
kicked off was when Spirited Away won the Academy Award.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why Disney started to just like. I think the big thing about Ghibli films is when Disney started dubbing it, and
Yeah.
it wasn't just another anime dubbing company. It was Disney with A-list celebrities,
Yeah.
dubbing your favorite shows, which was super weird.
Well, I mean,
I've heard
yeah.
a lot about City Hunter, but
Yeah,
I've
I've
never watched it.
Also, another goated Shonen Jump manga.
They just released a movie, I think, as
Yeah,
well.
they released a new movie for it.
Yeah,
I
which
mean,
is-
City Hunter again is like one of the, kind of like Saint Seiya, where it's just one of those goated 80s Shonen Jump shows that just have
like a cop,
such
right?
a dedicated audience.
He's like a cop.
Yeah, he's like a detective.
Oh, okay.
But he's really pervy. Like, like imagine. Okay,
Meliodas is a cop.
no, actually, I have the perfect way to describe City Hunter. Think of protagonist from Golden Boy becomes a detective.
Oh,
that sounds sick.
Yeah,
Okay,
like he's the
okay,
good,
okay,
he's the
that's
kind of perv where you're like, all right, you're all right.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, all right, you're not like Meliodas.
yeah.
Obviously, Akira.
of course, Akira. Would you say that for its time right now, like obviously Ghibli became a massive studio internationally. I feel like at this time, Akira dominated so much of the conversation of anime being an export to like the countries that we grew up in, because it was like the way anime was marketed when I was like growing up, and I guess like back when back when I was just a kid, was anime was like the edgier cartoon. You know?
Yeah.
And Akira was just the poster child of that edgy, kind of like darker aesthetic. that
How
anime
old
had
are you
back
when you
then.
watched Akira?
I was first time I watched it, I was probably like 9 or 10.
Oh my god. Isn't it like super violent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also during that time, my dad made me watch Wicked City,
Oh.
which is even
okay.
worse.
Okay. Well, your dad's just irresponsible.
and Ninja Scroll.
and
Those are the
Ninja
top
Scroll.
three.
Just very irresponsible parent.
Yeah, I remember like I was 10 years old and I was watching Ninja Scroll and I'm like, holy fuck, Dad, I should not be watching this.
Yeah.
There are so much blood and titties in this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even comprehend it.
Yeah. Obviously, Dragon Ball started in this
Yeah.
era.
Which just completely changed the world.
Yeah, Legend of the Galactic Heroes as well. I thought that started earlier. If I was being
88, I
honest.
think.
Was it 88?
Well, didn't it like built on all the foundation of mecha
Yeah,
before it?
basically it was, built off the foundation of space operas that had come before. And it is just the perfect space opera. I still think Legend of the Galactic Heroes has aged wonderfully. It's one of the best. It's very much regarded as one of the best anime of all time, and I would have to agree with that.
I would also have to agree.
It's kind of cool because this year it feels like it really does feel like the genres are really starting to now like really flash out.
Yeah,
Like,
I
these are when
feel
we're
this
starting-
is the era where because like the 70s to like the mid 80s was when they were still trying to figure out what anime even was.
Yeah.
And kind of like playing around with ideas, and then it's from around this period where like you started to see a lot
like I
of
see
artists
genres now.
just like
Yeah.
really like, okay, this is this genre
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
is this genre, and done really really well. I love how Alex put Maison Ikoku in there as well though. He's after my heart with that one.
What is it? Maison Ikoku?
Maison Ikoku, so it's created by Rumiko Takahashi,
Yeah.
same person who made Urusei Yatsura, Inuyasha, all those. But it's like a really cute slice of life rom-com that constantly gets undervalued, but I will say
You love it.
probably the best Rumiko Takahashi
Okay.
like show.
Did this start Slice of Life rom-com?
It didn't start it, but I think it's just like because Rumiko
Perfect.
Takahashi's like art style is so like bubbly and cute.
Yeah.
That I just think those kinds of stories work better for her art. Not to say that like Inuyasha or like Ramahalf are bad, but I just think like with an art style like that, it makes sense to write a story like this, and she does it
What
really well.
a
And there's,
goated mangaka, man. Imagine...
So everything she's made has been an actual banger.
I imagine like most artists or most manga want to make like one revolutionary show. I swear to God, she made like 4.
Yeah, she was like, so she came out with Urusei Yatsura,
Yeah.
immediate banger, created the first waifu,
Waifu.
and then he was like, Maison Ikoku, I'm gonna be really cute with it, and then she's like, I'm gonna drop another banger, Ramahalf.
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
And then I'm gonna drop another banger, Inuyasha.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
like
fucked.
literally everything she's made is amazing.
There's also 3 Ghibli movies on here as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kiki's Delivery
Yeah.
Service and Grave of the Fireflies.
How many movies did they release in the space of like 4 years?
Oh dude, they were locked in during this
They
time.
must have been locked in.
Every movie they made was like humongous.
How the fuck did they release so many bangers?
Because I think it was only like a couple of years later they started releasing Mononoke.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were locked in.
They were
Yeah.
locked the fuck
What
in.
happened?
And it wasn't even
Miyazaki
all...
went into his 27th retirement.
Yeah, yeah.
true.
And it wasn't even all Miyazaki as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't the Miyazaki studio back then. or
Exactly.
the
Well,
Miyazaki-
Grave of the Fireflies is not a Miyazaki film.
Exactly.
I still, you know, I haven't watched that one. I actually haven't watched Totoro either.
I feel Totoro, you had to have grown up with it.
I don't.
It's hard to watch.
Everything
as
I've
an
seen
adult.
about Totoro, I wouldn't like. But Grave of the Fireflies, I think I want to watch.
Grave
Yeah,
of the
Grave of the
Fireflies,
Fireflies has aged
it's
well.
it's hard to watch. Though.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
I
in
mean,
a bad way, in like a this is too sad way.
it's-
Well, I like watching those stuff.
I watched the Chinese dub of Grave of the Fireflies and I was crying
Why? Okay. Why did you watch the Chinese
What?
stuff?
What? Yeah.
because we had the VCR of Grave of the Fireflies, right? Growing up, the Japanese one,
Yeah.
that I used to watch with my sister every now and then when we wanted to feel sad, and then we lost that VCR.
So you bought a new one.
And no, we didn't even do that. And then we went onto like YouTube.
Okay.
And for some reason, at the time, the only YouTube rip of Grave of the Fireflies was the Chinese dub.
I've never heard of anyone want to watch that movie so bad they were watching the Chinese dub. I kind of feel like if I just didn't find the dub, I would give
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But I still cried in the first 5 minutes. That just goes to show the power of this show.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. What a cool era though.
Yeah, lots of, and like, I think as well, the one thing I love about this era is that, again, it's like, it's just so many different art styles that it's just
Yeah.
like actually interesting to see.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This
know?
is definitely where you can definitely start to feel like each genre having its own
Yeah.
style and
Yeah.
really
Absolutely.
going down. That's.
I've never seen Bubblegum Crisis.
It's just one of those like kind of Charlie's Angels cyberpunky shows
Oh,
that
okay,
was like
okay.
really good. I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but
Yeah.
I would watch a couple of episodes every now and then because it played on TV in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, weirdly, and I would catch it every now and then, and I mean, because I'm like jumping in around like episode 50 or whatever it was, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening, but it looks cool.
I feel like they used to play more anime before we were growing up, because I feel like in the 90s, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon were crushing it so hard
Yeah.
that there was no room for anything that wasn't Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh
That's
Yeah.
true.
or Beyblade,
Or like Digimon.
Digimon.
Yeah.
But that's quite Digimon card
that's still
captors
quite a
as well.
bit.
That's quite a lot.
I never saw Cardcaptor Sakura.
It was on ITV.
Bro, I never fucking saw this.
Yeah, it was called Card Captors.
Oh, yeah, that's
back in the day. Still remember the opening. Okay. Am I the only one who kind of misdubbed openings?
I mean, I fuck with the One Piece one. I watched One Piece when it was on TV. I like the One
The
Piece
Four
rap.
Kids dub one?
I like the One Piece rap.
I see. I never heard it growing up, so
Yeah,
it wasn't
until
until
you
I was
started,
an adult that I heard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this kind of slaps.
Yeah. Obviously,
The Pokemon one is goated.
Pokemon 1
Yeah, the English
goated.
Pokemon opening's great.
Dragon Ball Z fucking goated.
Oh my god, the Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
English opening?
Holy
Dragon, Ball, Dragon! I was like, yeah!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Goated. Dude, how is that not iconic, man? I don't care
Fire,
about.
they did
do
kinda pop
you
off.
do you even know the Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh opening?
No.
Yeah, they did kind of go crazy with it. Huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, they had a lot of bangers, some misses.
Yeah, I firmly believe the opening. I'm okay with them changing the song.
Yeah.
They're wanting.
Yeah.
Oh, for the dub versions?
For the
Yeah.
dubs.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay with
Why
it.
not? Why
If
not?
I want to listen to the other one, I'll listen to. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Yeah,
I
YouTube's
like
there.
having the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.